Hi, good morning, everyone. This is John Paul, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, Tech Multitech, Dr. Rangaraj, Dr. Sagundala Engineering College. Today we discuss about fourth summer, final year IT Department Storage Technologies subject code 191ITV26 Unit 1 Storage Systems. So, in storage technologies, what we are storing? We are storing the datas. So, what is digital data and its type? Data is a collection of raw fact from which conclusion may be drawn. That is, the data raw fact is processed and produced the information. The raw fact may be handwritten letters, a printed book, a family photograph, a movie on videotape, printed and duly signed copies of mortgage papers, that is a bond papers, a bank ledgers and account holders passbooks are the example of data. This data can be generated using a computer and stored in strings of 0 and 1s. Data in this form is called digital data and is accessible by user only after it is processed by a computer. The data is classified into two types. That is a structured data, unstructured data, and how it is stored and managed. The data, how it is stored and managed, then they have classified into two types. One is a structured data, another one is a unstructured data. The structured data is organized in rows and columns in a rigidly defined format so that application can retrieve and process it effectively. The structured data is typically stored using a database management system. Data is unstructured if its elements cannot be stored in rows and columns and is therefore difficult to query and retrieve by business application. For example, the customer contact may be stored in various forms such as sticky notes, email, messages, business cards, or even digital format files such as document, text, PDF. The data centers, the large scale facilities housing servers. The data centers is nothing but it is a large scale facility housing servers and it has storage infrastructure for organization, cloud services, and internet service providers. Data center infrastructure. The data center infrastructure includes computers, storage systems, network devices, dedicated power backups, and environmental control such as air conditioning and fire suppression. The large organization often maintain more than one data center to distribute data processing workloads and provide backups in the event of a disaster. The data center has some basic functionality that has five core elements. First one is application. An application is a computer program that provides the logic of computing operations. The operations such as order processing system can be layered on a database, which in turn uses operating system service to perform read write operations store. read write operations, store devices. The database, more commonly database management system, provides a structured way to store data in logically organized table that are interrelated. A DBMS optimizes the storage and retrieval of data. The server and operating system, a computing platform that runs applications and databases. Network, a data path, a data path that facilitates communication between client and server or between servers and storage. The storage array is a device that stores data persistently for subsequent use. These core elements are typically viewed and managed as separate entities, but all the elements must work together to address data processing requirements. This is the architecture of data center. The data center has application user interface, LAN, server OS, that is a DBMS, storage networks, storage array. The client machine has application user interface. This has many applications, that is a order process application software located on a client machine. That machine are used to interact with the server OS, interact with the DBMS through the LAN, local area network. The client connected to the server over the LAN and accessed database DBMS located on the server to update the relevant information such as customer name, address, payment methods, product orders, and quantity orders. The DBMS uses the server operating system to read and write this data to the database located on the physical disk in the storage array. The storage network provides a communication link between the server and the storage array and transports the read and write commands between them. The storage array, after receiving the read or write commands from the server, perform the necessary operations to store the data on physical disk. The key characteristics of data center, it is a manageability. The data center has various key characteristics: manageability, availability, security, scalability, performance, data integrity, capacity, monitoring, reporting, provisioning. So manageability, that should be the first one. The management is very important for all. A data center should manage the data very easily and integrated management of all the elements. That can be achieved through automation and a reduction of human intervention in common tasks. Availability. A data center should ensure the availability of information when required. That means there is no downtime. Unavailability of information could cost a lot of money per hour to business. Security. All the policies, procedures, and core elements integration gather together to prevent unauthorized access to the information. Scalability is very simple, that is, build an infrastructure that can grow. Business grow always, almost requiring deploying more servers, new applications, additional database, etc. Performance. The performance management is to make sure that all the elements of the data center provide optimal performance to the required service levels. Data integrity, make sure that data is stored and retrieved exactly as it was received. When capacity requires increase, the data center must provide additional capacity without interrupting availability or with minimal disruption. Monitoring, it is a continuous process of gathering information on various elements and services running in the data center. The reason is to predict unpredictable. Reporting and resource performance, capacity and utilization gathered together in a point of time. Provisioning, it is a process of providing the hardware, software and other resources required to run a data center. Third, platform technologies. The cloud computing is the delivery of different services through the internet. These resources include tools, applications like data storage, servers, database, networking, and software. The characteristics of cloud computing: on-demand self-service. User can provision computing resources such as processing power, storage, networking on demand without requiring human intervention from the service provider. Broad network access. The cloud service are accessible over the internet from various devices, including laptops, smartphones, tablets, desktops, enabling ubiquitous access to the applications and data. Resource pooling. The cloud providers pools and dynamically allocate computing resources to serve multiple users, allowing for efficient utilization and scalability. Rapid elasticity. Cloud service can quickly scale up or down based on demand. This enables users to obtain more resources during peak usage and release resources during off-peak times, ensuring optimal performance and cost efficiency. Multi-tenancy. The cloud infrastructure is shared among multiple users and organizations, with each tenant data and applications securely isolated from others. This multi-tenancy model enables cost sharing and resource efficiency. Security. Cloud providers implement robust security measures to protect data and infrastructure from unauthorized access, data breaches, and other cyber threats. This is the architecture of cloud computing. The front end has client infrastructure, the back end has user. The client infrastructure and user infrastructure is communicate with the internet. It has application, service, runtime cloud, storage, infrastructure, the management and the security. Thus, what are the services are available in the cloud computing? The cloud computing offers different service models. Infrastructure as a service provides virtualized computing resources such as virtual machine, storage over the internet. Platform as a service offers a platform and environment for developers to build, deploy, manage applications without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. Software as a service delivers software applications over the internet on a subscription basis, eliminating the need for local installation and maintenance. The cloud computing provides various supports, various deployment model. public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. In the public cloud are offered over the internet to general public. The resources are owned and managed by the cloud provider. The cloud infrastructure The cloud infrastructure is dedicated to a single organization and is hosted on premises or by a third-party cloud providers offering great control and security. The hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private clouds where some data and application are hosted on premises. Thank you.